this video, I'm going to be discussing how stitch markers are used while knitting. Stitch markers are visual indicators that remind you of where you are in a round while knitting or in a row. So they're very helpful for doing circular knit projects like our watch cap here. You place them when you first start working in the round, and every time you knit a row and you complete a row, it tells you when you've gotten back to the beginning again, because you can see that you have a little marker right there saying beginning of the round. They're also used to mark a pattern area. So if you're doing cables or decreases or increases, the markers can indicate when you've reached the area where the knitting is going to change. So it helps you to not have to count every single stitch as you go around a row. For a hat like this, it's really, really helpful as a reminder for when you reach the beginning of a round, because as you get further into the project, it all really looks the same. So I'm going to be going over how to place markers, remove markers, and slip markers. So those are the three ways that you would normally see markers referred to in a pattern. So placing a marker is pretty simple. That's abbreviated by PM while you're knitting. And if you get to a point in a pattern that tells you to place a marker, or PM, you just pick up your stitch marker, place it on the needle after your stitch or where it says to place the marker, and then you just go ahead and knit your next stitch. And that just lives right there in between these two stitches, and as you knit in the round, this will stay put and move all the way around the round until you get back to it again. Remove marker, RM, you might see in a pattern when it tells you to take a marker away. So you just remove the marker. So in this pattern, it tells you to remove the marker, knit one, place a marker, purl one, place a marker, and then knit one. The other thing that you'll see when you're knitting is SM for slip marker. So I'm just going to go back one stitch and tell you what that means. So to slip a marker, it just very simply means that you just move you keep the marker in place. So you don't remove it. You slip it from one needle to the next while knitting. You can just take it off of the left-hand needle and move it over to the right, and that's how you keep the marker in place as you go around. You just slip the marker. So those are generally the ways that you see markers referred to. You can buy different sized markers from knitting supply stores. I like these cute colorful ones. There's a lot of really fun stitch markers out there in the world to use. There's removable ones, or there's ones that stay right on your needle. I like ones that contrast with the color of whatever I'm knitting so that I can see them as I'm going around. You can also make your own stitch markers. These are not the most elegant, but I really do often make them by just taking a type of yarn and I just make a teeny little loop like this. Just tie a little overhand knot, and then I cut the extra threads until I have enough. They're not the most elegant solution, but if you need stitch markers and you don't have any at home, or you don't wish to go buy them, you can just use a little bit of waste yarn and make your own. And that's it. I hope this video helps you to understand how to use stitch markers while knitting. Happy knitting. Bye-bye.